so I watched all the Sister Wives episodes so we could talk about this, and now we're on episode 2. So at the beginning of the episode, Janelle and Maddie go and look at property, and on their way to go look at property in Montana, they discuss the Coyote Pass property, which we all know went up for sale. I don't know if it got sold off the top of my head. I can't remember all the things. And then Maddie doesn't understand why it's not paid off yet. Janelle says it's because he buys assets and he doesn't just sit on them, etc., etc. I personally think that the money's not there because it went to paying off Robin's debt. That is secretly what I believe. That's not a secret, but that is what I believe. There hasn't been any proof to that statement, but that is what I believe happened. Maddie talks about how her and Caleb are willing to buy Janelle out and sell the property, which would give Janelle her money back and also give her some of the equity she put back in to Robin's equity of the property, which no one likes to talk about, but that did happen. And then Janelle says that would be an option, but Cody's not really speaking to her, and Cody claims that he doesn't speak to Janelle because he doesn't trust her and that she has a gossiping problem. Part of the reason why I condensed my notes for episode 2 is because they go on tangents. Cody goes on tangents about gossiping. Everybody has a gossiping problem, and I'm just not here for it. And then when he says that, Janelle says Cody leaks like a sieve, which I think is the truth. I think Cody has a habit of telling other people his business and then gets mad when a wife talks to another wife about what happened. I think that's more of his issue or jam, but that's just my opinion. Janelle says that she just wants everybody to have their fair share. Her, Christine, Mary, Cody, Robin, all have their fair share, which Robin and Cody would be together in her mind, just so we're clear. Janelle says in this episode about how Cody doesn't prioritize what she wants and what she needs, and that a real defining moment for her was the fact that he does not try with her children. He does not move heaven and earth. And she's like, I'm sitting here, like, I'm here because of these kids, and you're not trying. Like, that was really a defining moment for her. And then it goes into Cody's relationship with Maddie. And I'm going to be super, super respectful to Maddie in that situation because I just love her. Realness in this episode. Realness in period. But I am going to be respectful to her. So Cody doesn't see Maddie's kids because Maddie is mama bear to the extreme, and she feels unless he can be consistent, he can't see his kids. Cody has a difference of opinion about that. Obviously, Cody feels that he cut off communication with Maddie because she's a gossiper, and that it's hard for him to be involved in his grandchildren's lives when you pick up and move, and that he loved Caleb, and that he loved when they all lived in Vegas. Like, it's very much like, it's not my fault, it's not my problem, like, she's an adult, she moved away, she's, X, Y, and Z. In the reality situation, in my opinion, Cody doesn't like to be held accountable, and Maddie holds him accountable. And in this day and age, the excuse of I can't be an active grandparent because we don't live here doesn't work. There's FaceTime, there's phone calls, there's Skype. There's 1,000,001 different ways to communicate with your grandchildren. Personal opinion. And then Mary finds it funny that Cody has been out of shape because there's no communication there. Janelle doesn't communicate. Janelle is the problem, as you can gather. And there's mixed messages and there are missed signals and all these things. And he did the same thing to Mary. So Mary finds it hilarious. Also in this episode, Mary seeks a release from their church, which if you don't follow the AUB and how that works, again, I will link notes in here. She does a whole video on the release and a whole video about what actually happened because her father is a leader. And then it goes into a tangent about Robin's kids feeling accepted and all these things. And I don't think truly, I'm not saying truly like Christine's daughter, but like truly, I don't think Robin has actually sit down and watched the footage of these kids trying. Like, and they were met with a lot of resistance from her. I think Robin lives in a world where she sees her viewpoint and that's it. And that's not reality of that. So that's kind of like the whole episode. It's a lot of talk about Coyote Pass and a lot of talk about like Maddie and like Christine and like Janelle have a conversation about like what's going on with Cody and the land. Like, the land is the hiccup for her, and also she still very much believes in the faith, which I know people get frustrated with Christine in this conversation, and I know Janelle gets frustrated with Christine in this conversation, but I think we forget that none of us realized, at least from like my standpoint, I did not realize that she was still hung up on the faith as much as she was, as where Christine no longer believes in it. So she can be over here and feel a different way, and Janelle still very much believes in her church and feels this way. So that is the episode recap 2. I condensed it quite a bit this time because a lot of this episode was talking about gossiping and all the things, and honestly, I don't have the energy to entertain Cody as much as I wish I could. Cody bothers me this whole episode. He's clearly delusional. He has no idea what's going on. And that we're going to talk more about Mary's release in another episode. Mary's release. So Mary's release was based off of abandonment, which he has an issue with in the coming episodes. She hasn't gotten it approved yet, so that's why we're not really talking about it. But like, he goes on quite a few tangents about the church and yada yada yada, but Mary seeks a release, and as we know of now, it's based off abandonment. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer there. So that is episode 2. I'm sorry this was all over the place, but my brain can't concentrate right now.